Every few weeks or so, I like to give my computer and the system a cleanup, especially if I'm going to back it up. And I usually do that anytime I add new programs to the computer, other items and so forth. So one of the first things I do is I scan the computer. I've already scanned it with Windows 10 Defender, so I won't do it here in the video. And I also scanned it with the malicious software removal tool. And for that I have to go to the command prompt, so I'm going to right click on this one here. If you don't see it on yours, I just click on the search. Just type in CMD and you'll see it, and then just right click on it and run as administrator. And then type in mrt.exe, hit enter, and here's what you get. You can read through there. The tool scans and automatically removes prevalent malicious software. Click next to scan for and help remove specific malicious software from your computer. And then it tells you this tool is not a replacement for an antivirus product. To help protect your computer, you should use an antivirus product. Okay, and all I have right now is Windows Defender. It's been improved enough where I kind of trust it. And then you would click next, and it'll take a while. So I've already done this, so I'm not going to do it now because it'll just take more time for the video. So I'm just going to close it, and it can take several minutes. So I'll close this. Another thing I like to do is go to all settings over here on the lower right, click on all settings, and then apps. And here are the apps that I have. Cronus True Image is what I'm going to back up the entire PC. And again, I've already deleted or uninstalled some of the programs that I'm really not using, so they're just taking up space. So when I back up the entire PC, which will be backing up the system, all the drives, and of course all the data that's on those drives, I want to minimize whatever space I can, or eliminate things that I don't need. But that's what I've done already. And then you're going to have some unwanted files, I guess, that your computer programs use when you run them or when you download stuff. So for that I'm going to need the run command. I can do it this way by right-clicking in the lower left over here. There's the run command right there. Or I can just hit the Windows logo and R, and I get it there. So the first thing I'm going to do is type in msconfig. Hit enter. Click yes. Then I'm going to click on Startup. And then here I want to access the Task Manager. I could have done that by just typing in Task Manager, but this is just another way to do it. And then you have the programs that are running at startup. Some are enabled, some are disabled. So you can go ahead and look through there. I've already done this, so you can see the ones I disabled. Some are high startup use there, Netgear Genie. But I'm comfortable with this. You can look through yours. Obviously, virus software you want on startup to protect your computer. Okay, but that's something I've already done here. And then again, Windows logo in R. And I'm going to type in temp. And this is accessing temporary files that your computer loads or downloads at a certain location. It uses when it runs certain software. And then it keeps them there. They don't really hurt the computer, but they take up space, and sometimes they can cause some issues. See, I've got a lot here. So I hit Control A, selected all of them. I can click the delete button up here, or I can just right click and click delete. Okay, you'll need to provide administrator permission to delete the folder. I'll just do this for all current items. And if the item is in use, for example, in this case I'm using Camtasia to record the screen, it might not delete it. Okay, this one it didn't delete, so I'll leave it. And I'll close this. Again, access the Run menu. I'm not using, again, the window in R, Windows logo in R. And this time I'm going to enter the %sign. Again, the word temp, accessing temporary files. So it's %temp and %. Click OK. And I get the same sort of thing here. So I'm going to, again, Control A to select them all. Right click and delete. Do this for all current items. Continue. And I hadn't done this in a while. Like I said, I usually do it every few weeks or so. Sometimes I forget. It could go months. And this these items just collect. If the system needs any one of these, it'll just recreate it. So you're not hurting the computer either way. Try again. So again, one of the files is being used, so I just close it. And this is what it left. Okay, some of these are being used. So now I'll go to the command prompt again. Run as administrator. And I'm going to enter ipconfig. And / flush DNS. Again, other files that can be removed. So that's done. I'm going to search. And disk cleanup. Okay, if this is not there, just type in on the search and it'll appear. You can right click on it or just click on it. Let's see, I can run as administrator. So we're going to work on the hard drive, see what we can remove from there. Just to open more space on the C drive. Less clutter. You want your computer to be clean. Just like sometimes my closet gets so full that I can barely walk in there. So occasionally I'll clean it out. Okay, so here are the things that we can clean up or delete. We just click. Some of the files that are stored. And you can see some of the space that opens up. This one here is 725 megabytes. And the recycle bin, look at that, it's 13.5 gigabytes. Got a lot of stuff in there. So you can also go there or manually do it there. Let's see if this works here. Recycle bin. More temporary files here. Okay, hit OK. Delete files. It's taking a while to clear the recycle bin because that had a lot of items. So again, we're getting rid of unnecessary files. At the same time, it's opening more space on the hard drive. And I will be speeding up some of these processes because sometimes they take several minutes to complete. But all it's doing right now is just clearing those items that I checked or deleting them. You might even notice that the computer will run a little bit smoother after doing this cleanup. So that took a while. Items from the recycle bin took a while. Windows updates and Windows log files, upgrading logs. I think that part alone took over 20 minutes. But I'll go ahead and edit so the video doesn't get too long here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my PC here. Go to my C drive. And go to Windows. And then go to Software, Distribution, and then Download. And these are files that I don't really need. So select them all, Control A. You delete over here on top, or just right click and then delete. And there we go. That's done. Now I'm going to go to the control panel and then System. And over here on the far right, System Protection. And System Properties. So notice here, here's where you can create restore points in case you have an issue and you want to restore your system to time somewhere in the past. So let's look at this part right here. See, periodically Windows creates restore points, and if you don't use them or delete them, they stay there. So see, this right here is using 16.68 gigabytes. So I'm going to delete this one. Okay. And then I'm going to create a restore point. So create here. Now that's for my main drive. That's where you have the restore points. So create. And I'm just going to name this one TL. And click create. So if I have any issue with the computer system, okay, the point has been created, I can restore it from this particular date at the time that I'm doing this cleanup. Okay. And of course, not only did I do that, see, the point only took 17 megabytes instead of the 16 gigabytes that we had there. Okay. And then of course, as time passes, the computer system will periodically create these points. So we're finished here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is again go to command prompt. And run as administrator. And then I'm just going to check on the health of my of the drive. So I'm going to type WMIC, hit enter, and then type disk drive, get status. And it tells me the disk is okay. Okay, so I'll close here, finished for this one here. And then go back to the command prompt. Run as administrator. Yes, here. Then I'm going to enter this command here. SFC, and then I want a space here, and then / scan now. Hit enter. Now this is a system file checker, so it's checking some of the files to see if there's any problem. Sometimes it'll find corrupted files and it will remove them, and if it does, then you want to restart your computer. Now when I did this earlier, there were some corrupted files, but it couldn't fix them. So I had to take another route, and the other program fixed the issues. And then when I tried this, again, didn't find any problems. So this will have to go to 100% complete and then see what it comes out with. Again, this is a system file checker. So it's looking at the files on the computer drive. And this will take a few minutes, and I will speed up some of these processes to kind of shorten the video. So far it's at 1 hour, but I want it a lot shorter than that. So this one, again, this tells me found corrupt files and successfully repaired them. For online repair, details are included in the CBS log file located at the, and it gives you where. So it did find some, but repaired them. When I first ran, like I said, he couldn't repair them, so I had to run another command. So let me close this. And again, at this point then, since it did find the files and repaired them, I have to restart the computer. But of course I'm not going to do it now because I'll lose the video. I'm doing Camtasia here, so I'll close this. And then I go back to the control panel, or command prompt I should say, and run as administrator. And I'm going to enter Okay, so I type that in, hit enter. Okay, so deployment image, servicing, and management 2. Again, this is going to do the same sort of thing as the SFC command. And you do need spaces here, or a space between execute exe and then a space and then the /bar online and then another space between online and the next / cleanup image, and then a space between image and the / right before restore health. So anyway, this is what I ran. Earlier when I did the SFC, it found corrupted files, but it couldn't replace them. So then I ran this tool, and it did fix the issue. So when I ran the SFC file again, it was able to complete and replace any corrupted files. So again, what I'm doing here is obviously cleaning up the system, eliminating files that are not necessary on the computer. At the same time, it's increasing the space that I have on the hard drive. And there's a good chance that the computer will run a little bit smoother after this cleanup. And now again, I try to do this periodically, but sometimes, you know, the weeks, the months go by, and my recycle bin was full. Several gigabytes of junk there that I didn't need. Windows had a lot of files in storage that again weren't needed. So the removal of those files took quite a bit. So far the clock is ticking on this video. It's going on 1 hour and 10 minutes, but obviously I'm going to shorten it by editing some of the stuff out. And my computer will be ready for backing up. I'll use the Cronus Image 2021 to back up my entire computer. So the operation completed successfully, and so the health of my hard drive is okay. I've gotten rid of a bunch of unnecessary files. So that completes the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.